On Overdrive this week, the affordable ADV from Hero that off-road enthusiasts are most excited about, the bold and beautiful Aston Martin Vanquish, and the BMW iX1 with a spacious, long wheelbase design. Hello and welcome to Overdrive. I'm Rohit Pararkar and we head into another power-packed week. We begin with the Hero Xpulse 210. Now, the Xpulse has always been the budget ADV, the go-to motorcycle for all the learners out there. But now it's been upgraded. It's got the 210cc engine from the Charisma, better suspension, better highway manners, better features as well. So how does it all come together? Let me tell you from my ride from Udaipur. The Hero Xpulse has long been the go-to ADV for the budget-conscious ADV rider. An easygoing motorcycle that doesn't mind getting dirty. But now, with more riders looking to embrace adventure riding without breaking the bank, the Xpulse 210 arrives as an answer. It isn't a radical departure. It isn't even the 400cc ADV that we're all secretly hoping for. But it is an evolution, a better Xpulse, built for Bharat, with a broader sense of purpose. The new design includes a taller-looking tank, an upswept tail section that adds some cosmopolitan appeal, and a new front end with a brace beneath the headlight. Changes to the underpinnings may not look dramatic on paper, but they add up to something substantial. The new 41mm forks up front, up from the 37mm on the previous Xpulse 200, are chunkier and now offer 210mm of travel up front and 205mm at the rear, setting a new segment benchmark. And a real benefit once you hit the trail. The front axle has grown to 15mm, adding rigidity. The longer wheelbase instantly reflects in better highway manners and better cornering stability. The Xpulse is an improved road bike as well. That said, the agility off the road has still not taken a hit. The weight has also gone up a bit, but the distribution is nearly identical to the 200. Hero engineers say that there's only a 1% increase in the weight distribution in the front and towards the top section, which is negligible. You're never going to notice that. But the Xpulse continues to remain and feel light on its feet. The suspension has been tuned to feel progressive, the idea being a plush ride at low speeds and the ability to handle serious trail hits. But in practice, the slow speed ride is slightly stiff. In fact, it can feel quite firm, especially on the pothole or the undulated tarmac surfaces that are abundant in rural India, or let's just say all of India. At the same time, I think the suspension behaves really well when you attack the ruts, the stones, the rocks, the trails. It just decimates all of that just the way an Xpulse should. So off the road, it still continues to shine. That is its natural playground. Now for the most significant upgrade, the engine. This is the same 210cc liquid-cooled motor from the Charisma XMR. And while it's only a 10cc bump over the older Xpulse, it's in a different league. Hero claims a 25 km/h higher top speed for the new 210cc engine. Now, with a little bit of help from tailwind, we saw about 140 kilometers on the speedometer, so take that to be a true speed of about 125 if I'm not wrong. And while it does feel stable, while it does get there quite easily, it starts getting quite buzzy after 110 kilometers an hour. So on the highway, it will hold 120, but you will feel a lot of vibrations in the pedals, in the foot pegs, etc., even in the handlebars. So there, it's starting to get a little buzzy, and that sensation lingers on for quite some time, even after you get off the motorcycle. But otherwise, yeah, anywhere between 100, 110, you should be able to comfortably cruise. The tires definitely deserve a mention. These Euro grips are amazing. Out of the box, excellent grip on surfaces like these. Even for some rocky, sandy terrain, they work pretty well. We didn't really have to move to proper knobbies or more off-road oriented tires. These, as you can see, are knobbies themselves. But out on tarmac, you will simply not believe that these are knobbies. That is how good the grip is. To get a better low-end drive, they have added 4 teeth to the rear sprocket. But honestly, there's only so much it can do. It definitely helps when you're on the tighter trail sections, but it can only do so much for that engine torque. This engine is still a peaky engine. It only wakes up beyond the 5000 RPM mark. So While it is definitely an improvement over the Xpulse 200, it's not night and day. And you may or may not like it depending on your riding skill and your riding style. Because you see, it's not a mountain of torque low down, which also ensures that it's not going to be too overwhelming. It will still remain unintimidating, friendly, and that, if you think, is what made the Xpulse popular in the first place. So newbies are definitely going to love the kind of low-end torque that it offers, the linearity with which the power and the torque is delivered. In terms of the gearbox, the additional cog or the sixth gear definitely helps, especially when you're on the highway. Now the gear shifts, they do feel a bit notchy, not as creamy smooth as you would expect. However, I think it works quite well, especially when you're riding off-road, so that heavy adventure boots don't end up changing gears when you don't want them to. The brake levers, both front and the rear, have a spongy feel to them, and I think it's engineered that way. The rear definitely needs a firm push to really get that braking done. And I think that has been done to ensure that the braking is not too sudden, because that is not what you want when riding off-road. And riding off-road, enduro, all the trail riding, that is still the primary intent, and it stays true to the intent. Even the braking stays true to the intent. And once you've figured out where the bite point is, it's not unnerving at all. It's quite manageable even out on the road. That spongy feel is something that you will get over very quickly. And like I said, once you figure out where that bite point is, even single finger braking is very easily possible. You can do that modulation really, really well. There are 3 ABS modes to choose from. A road mode where ABS is active on the front and the rear wheel. A trail mode where the rear ABS is off, but the front allows some slip before the ABS kicks in. And then there is ABS off, which completely turns it off on both the wheels if you're feeling heroic. Trail mode is especially handy when you need to steer the rear wheel to get a little sideways. It's not fancy tech, but it's functional, and that is what you need. And the feel from the brake levers is really good too, especially when riding off-road. Also worth mentioning is the engine braking. It's strong and dependable. Whether you're slowing down on gravel or tarmac, it feels absolutely natural and linear. And that is something a lot of you are going to like about it. The seat is now both flatter and wider than before. That ensures better comfort for both the rider as well as the pillion when you're going two up. The luggage rack, integrated one again, and this is a welcome addition. It will definitely hold a small tail bag without a problem. You can even bungee it very easily. However, the forward slanting design, I think that is a bit of a problem, because it will keep pushing the load forward when you're braking hard or when you're going through potholes, off-roading, etc. It's going to start pushing forward, maybe into your pillion's back, or just start pushing forward even if you're riding alone. So I think a flatter design would have been more functional. The ergonomics also remain unintimidating. The seat height is not a problem at all. You can see that I'm not on a perfectly flat surface. This is the kind of stuff that you will come to when you want to enjoy some vista points like these. And even for me, at 5 feet 8, getting both my feet absolutely flat on the ground, even on undulated surfaces like this, is not a problem at all. And even when you're tackling, say, uphill trails or going up some rocky trails, if you need to get that firm footing, it's absolutely easy. And the light weight of the motorcycle again helps in getting out of any tricky situation. So getting your confidence boosted because of the ergonomics and the weight is absolutely easy on the Xpulse. It's still affordable, still approachable, and now it's faster, more capable, and better suited to Indian terrain and climate. So I think it's an excellent proposition no matter which way you look at it from. It is a perfect evolution. Like I said, it is a better Xpulse than what we've already ridden. It may not be the 400cc ADV that we were hoping from Hero, but it is the right evolution for the 200 platform. The 210 is smarter, it's tougher, and it's Bharat ready, and it still is the GOAT in the segment. Time for a quick break. Go grab those refreshments, but don't go away for too long, because on the other side we have the Aston Martin Vanquish at an eye-watering price tag. It's ready to greet you, so stay tuned.